This is Chris, the Idaho painter here on Paint Live TV. Today, this is a video on social media marketing, and this is part of my cabinet series. So I'm going to be talking about how I use social media marketing to get cabinet jobs. So if you need to get some jobs, if you want to know how I go about marketing cabinets specifically and getting cabinet painting jobs, and this does pertain to your painting business as a whole, stay tuned for this video. All right, this is lesson number 1, and this is on social media marketing. And I'm going to give you some do's and don'ts of social media marketing and maybe some reasons why you should be doing social media marketing and what are some of the avenues that you can utilize in social media marketing. So we're going to talk a little bit about that. And social media marketing is definitely something you should be doing. I think it's a must do when it comes to owning and running your own business. All right, so I'm going to talk about some of the social media platforms that are available out there, for you to market yourself and your company. And these are all free platforms, so you can utilize them. It's not going to cost you anything to create these accounts and help establish your brand. All right, some of the platforms that you can utilize when it comes to social media marketing is Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, Pinterest, TikTok. I mean, I'm on all those. I'm utilizing all those, and it's interesting because social media, there's certain things on platforms that just come and go, and some that are popular and some that are not popular. And over the years, I've tried to just utilize all of them to help establish my brand and to get jobs. And some of them will get you more jobs, some of them will get you less jobs. Some of them are basically just places to give information about your company out for people that are searching to find bids or looking for a painter. So there's reasons why you should do some and reasons why maybe you shouldn't do others. I think probably Facebook is the one more geared towards businesses and probably the most important one that you should establish and get your business on to help build your brand, establish credibility, establish customer confidence, and then just a place where you can house your company information where people can find you and also contact information. I'm going to talk a little bit about the do's and don'ts now of all those platforms. Are you enjoying the video so far? Are you finding it helpful? Hit the subscribe button, hit the notification bell. That way you'll get notified every time we come out with more of this free content. And now let's get back to the video. All right, so the first thing I got to say when it comes to these platforms is be professional. So you don't want to be non-professional. So anytime you're posting content, always keep it professional. You want your platform, when you build it, you want it to look professional too. So if that means hiring somebody to do it because you don't have any experience, most of these platforms are very straightforward. They're very intuitive, they're very easy to use, and not difficult. And if you don't know how to create photographs, you don't know how to create headers and stuff like that, another place I've talked about it before in some of the other lessons is Fiverr. Fiverr is a place I had my Facebook headers created in Fiverr by some people on Fiverr at one point in time. They're not done by Fiverr now, but it's a great start if you're not creative and a very good artist. But always keep the content and make your page or platform look professional. All right, another do is you do want to post regularly, and this is going to take a little bit of time, but there are ways and services that you can post a lot of content at one point in time and schedule it to be posted on a regular basis. One of them that I use is Hootsuite. So I take and create a lot of posts and then I schedule them to be posted on my platforms like Facebook and Instagram. So I'll sit down, one evening, maybe for an hour, 2 hours, and create a bunch of posts, and then those posts will actually be scheduled on later dates and times. So something you might want to look into is Hootsuite. But you do want to post regularly, put content on there, whether it doesn't have to be every day, but maybe once a week, twice a week, and a few times a month. You definitely want to put content on your page. Another do is, if you're comfortable with it, is show pictures and photographs of family and what you're doing. And the reason why I say that is when people go to your platforms, your social media platforms, to learn a little bit about your business, it's also about developing relationships and connections. And the customer is going to see you and relate to you because maybe you're showing a picture of your kid playing soccer. Like, oh my gosh, my kids play soccer too. So you're trying to develop that connection with the customer and you and your company. So I would highly encourage you to post quality content, but family related content. Another do that I want to talk about is your profile pictures. So when it comes to almost all social media platforms, there's typically a round, avatar or icon, whatever you want to call it, and it's your profile picture. You want to have a good quality profile picture. Now, in what I do see people out there, they'll have their platform that's utilized to promote their business, and their profile picture will be a picture of their dog or some really odd, weird thing like that. You want it to be a picture, I highly recommend a picture of the business owner. So I have a picture of my face. It could be your company logo, but I think the header itself, that's where you would establish your brand and information about your company. You want to have a good quality and a professional looking header that has your branded colors on it, has your company name or company logo, but your profile should be a good quality picture of you. And if that means getting out a good camera, I mean, nowadays your phones take, is almost as good of pictures as, a $3,000 camera, but just take a good photograph of your head, your face, in really good lighting so you have a good quality profile picture. So I did touch on it a little bit too, the header itself. The header needs to be professional, it needs to be high quality, and it needs to actually fit appropriately on Facebook. So there's a lot of different dimensions when it comes to all these platforms. Your headers that you create, there's specific dimensions that they have to be. You want to get it cut and done well, and utilizing services like people on Fiverr is one way where you can get it done right, to the right size dimensions and the right aspect ratio. So look at that. You may already know what size it needs to be. When you install it or put it on there, you can crop it, but if you make it in like Photoshop and make it the right size, it makes it a lot easier when you put it on the platform like Facebook or Instagram or Twitter, whatever one you're using. All right, one of the don'ts when it comes to social media marketing and utilizing these platforms for your business is don't get involved in politics and don't get involved in political rants, because what you're going to end up doing is people that don't have the same political beliefs that you do, they're probably not going to call you, for a bid or an estimate if you touch a nerve. I think there's if you have personal pages, that's where you can get involved in talking about politics and stuff like that. But when it comes to your business pages and pages you're utilizing to market your company, I would highly recommend staying away from politics. All right, another don't is don't use offensive or obscene language or obscene gestures. Now, I'm absolutely shocked how many Instagram pages I've looked at, how many Facebook pages I've looked at where somebody is saying F this, or they're giving the bird to I don't know, another organization or another person or another situation, or they're just mad and upset about customers or clients and them asking them for cheaper estimates or stuff like that. I mean, there's a lot of different reasons, but this is not a place where you want to get offensive or use vulgar language, because these are platforms that people are coming to learn about you and your company, and you always want to look and act professional. And if somebody sees that and that's offensive to them, they're probably not going to call you for an estimate. So do not get offensive, use vulgar language or gestures on your platform. All right, so once again, the reasons why you should actually utilize social media platforms to market your company, it's a couple simple reasons. It's free and it's easy to use. So it doesn't cost you anything. So it's a really good return on your investment if you get callbacks. Yes, it does take you time to build these platforms and time to add content and post regularly, but it is a great return on your investment. Now I gotta say, over the years, I've gotten quite a bit of work from, I know directly from my Facebook pages. I'm not sure directly related to Instagram or Twitter, but I utilize all those platforms just to help establish, my brand and brand awareness, in my communities. One of the things I've done with Facebook is utilize Facebook to create pages targeted to specific neighborhoods. There's some really high-end neighborhoods in my community right here. One of them is Hidden Springs. So I created a Facebook page called Hidden Springs Painters just to target and market to that neighborhood. Up in the mountains, there's a small town called McCall, and I created a Facebook page called McCall Painters because what was really interesting is all the local painters up there don't have web pages. None of them have web pages. So if you do a search for painters in McCall, what comes up first in the Google search engine is my actual Facebook page for McCall. So Facebook can be a really good tool to target neighborhoods, target towns and communities, and Facebook actually does show up in search engines on like Google. All right, so just to close this out, I do highly recommend, you get on social media. If you're not very social media savvy, you don't have to be. You can actually hire agencies to build all these platforms for you, manage these platforms for you. You can even utilize places that are really inexpensive, like Fiverr, to build the content, the pictures, the backgrounds, and all that stuff. So you don't have to know how to do it and yourself, but I highly recommend you, if you don't, to learn how and to get really familiar with social media because it just could help out your business. So there you have it, another video of my cabinet painting series. If you want to get notified every time I upload and put a new video, I think it got about 50 of the videos coming out and they're free for you. You got to hit the notification bell button or the subscribe button and the notify button. If you don't hit them both, you're not going to get notified by email. So you want to get that notification. That way you get notified every time I come out with a new video and upload it. It's simple, free, easy to do, just a couple clicks of a button. It's never costed you anything and it never will. Hit it, slam it, bang it, do whatever you got to do. Check out our new cabinet painting videos coming your way right here on Paint Like